Is going on, everyone? I'm Stein, you are in my domain, and welcome to my Get Good in Pokken Tournament in 5 Easy Steps video. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to be going over the 5 things that I think that every Pokken Tournament player should do in order to actually get better at this game. A lot of the things I say here might seem pretty basic to you guys, so if you're one of those people who feels like you're an advanced player, please feel free to click out of the video and I'll see you later. But for those of you who are wondering why you're getting beat left and right all over the ranked battles, well then go down there, hit the like button for me, let me know that you're supporting what I do, and stay tuned for my 5 tips. Also, a quick disclaimer I should say, these are all based off of my own experiences and opinions. Maybe research I've done off of the internet about the game and videos that I've seen of other people, but these are all my own impressions. So, let's get started. Step number 1, play the tutorial. Now, this should go without saying, but I have to say it anyway. Play the tutorial. There are multiple parts to it, you unlock more as you go along, and you need to do all of it. There's a lot of relevant information in there that you're going to need to get better at this game. Things like canceling, wall attacking, and plenty of other useful information is packed into those tutorial levels. So it might take you a little bit, but make sure you go ahead and do it. Step number 2. Now that you've gone ahead and gone through the entire tutorial, all of the levels, you're going to want to go ahead to your settings. Go down to My Town, go to Advisor Settings, and go to Advice Frequency, and turn that bitch off because she is never going to shut up. While you're here, it might be a good chance to go down to your options menu and change your control. You'd be surprised how many people play a fighting game without ever checking the controller screen to see if they can change any buttons around. While you might be thinking the default controller is good enough to get by with, maybe it is for you, but for the most part, it might be a good idea to change some buttons around to make them more accessible to your playstyle. I myself changed my strong attack to Y and my weak attack to A, my special Pokemon move to B, and my jump to X. These make it more comfortable for me to get to the moves that I need to use when I need to use them, and overall, it makes it more fluid when I'm playing the game. So go ahead and try a bunch of different control schemes out. Mess around with it, go back to the lab, go to practice, and keep on trying it out until you find a setting that works for you. Maybe it is the default, but it's worth giving a try. Now that you've gotten your controls changed, it also might be a good idea to go through the action dojo with each and every Pokemon. Now, I'm having you do this after changing your controls, because if you change your controls for the tutorial won't show you the buttons as you change them. However, the Action Dojo will show you the buttons as you change them. Now, I think it's a very good idea for you to go through the Action Dojo with each and every Pokemon in the game at least once. This is so that you can learn what their animations are, what they're capable of, and maybe see some ways you can get around them possibly. Now that you've learned all the basics from the tutorial and you've changed your controls, the one thing that I'm going to have to hammer into you is the attack triangle. Now, while the tutorial does explain this to you, I have to go ahead and reiterate its importance in this game. At its core, Pokken Tournament really is a big game of rock, paper, scissors. The rocks are your attack moves. Everything that you use that is just a regular attack. The paper that beats it is the counter. Now, these counter moves work against any other attack that is coming at them, with the exception of a few things depending on synergy modes and type of attack. But for the most part, a counter is going to beat an attack out, and that's all you need to know. In this instance, the scissors would be grab. Grabs beat out counters, but they get beaten by attacks, the rock. So you have to make sure that you always keep this in mind. Offensively, no matter what you do, you have 3 main modes of attacking. Attacking, grabbing, and countering. While you might think you'll be fine going on attacking over and over again, you're going to find that it's best to mix your playstyle up with all 3 of these elements, using them as evenly as you can so that your opponent doesn't learn what you're going to do next, but by you getting repetitive. Also keep in mind that while there are 3 attacks in the attack triangle, there are technically 4 actions you can take. Well, I guess 5. Other than the 3 in the attack triangle, you can also jump and guard. If you play the tutorial, you don't need me to explain how to work these, but keep all of those in mind when you're choosing your playstyle. Step number 4. Learn when to do a combo and when to mix it up. This game is filled with plenty of combos you can do fairly easily, provided of course you land the first hit on it. However, sometimes it might be best to not go for the full combo and to instead mix it up a little bit. Go for a shield, try and bait them into attack, and counter. Instead of homing in and finishing off with the homing combo, home in, stop short, and go for a grab. Knowing when to apply a combo for damage and when to apply a mix-up to throw your opponent off their game to apply more damage later is something that you're really going to have to learn in this game. Mixing your opponent up so that you can get damage in later on, and so that they don't figure out what your whole game plan is almost more important than going for the full combo every single time. So you've went through the tutorial, you've changed your controls, you've memorized the attack triangle, you've learned the difference between a combo and a mix-up, and there's only one thing left to do: fight someone else. And with fighting an actual opponent comes step 5. Watch your foe. Again, this is one of those things that might seem obvious in a fighting game, keeping an eye on your opponent, but it's something that you absolutely must do. Seeing their animations and knowing what it's going to do will allow you to make the choice between guarding, countering, or attacking. If you keep a careful eye on your opponent, you'll see that occasionally they might change color. Green to indicate they're going to start a grab, and blue to indicate they're doing a counter move. More than just keeping an eye on their color though, if you just keep an eye on their moveset in general, you'll be able to see where the openings in their combos are, and where you can punish them for being too reckless. Well, those are my 5 steps on how to get good in Pokken Tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned something. If you did, please go down there and leave a like for me. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys want to see more of. And I'm going to be doing an actual how to play Pokken Tournament video. Not just a quick 5 steps on how to get better, but an actual in-depth guide into the game and the characters itself. So if you guys want to see that, please let me know down below and show your support. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time.